Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a really interesting tutorial for you guys. This is my client Lisa. We've been working on her hair for about 4 months now. She's been my client. She comes every 6 to 7 weeks and she loves keeping her hair up to date. She's not one to let it go or lack seeing me. She's up for the maintenance. She's up for the cost. This is what I like to call a holy grail client of utmost respect, and someone who cherishes your time and someone you love having in your chair and you get excited to see every session. So we become very, very close, love her dearly. And 4 months ago now, she came to me and her hair was blonde, very frazzled, pretty damaged, and very yellow, brassy, and bandy, and all kinds of sorts. So what we have been doing is slowly but surely getting her to the perfect blonde of her dreams. And once we get there, we'll just maintenance it. And I believe today it will be perfected. Probably one more time it will be exactly perfected because I'm a perfectionist. But we are using FANOLA's No Yellow Lightening Powder, the 9 levels of lift, the strongest strength lightener that FANOLA has. You guys know I work very closely with FANOLA, been a part of their team since, oh my God, the beginning of my career. I think I was fresh out of hair school when I worked with them, and it's been lovely history ever since. And I always get so many beautiful products from them, and I really truly love them. I would never ever tell you guys to get something or push something down your throats that I truly don't believe in. They keep me stocked with all lighteners. I actually have a video coming soon of their 4 new lighteners. They have a black cream lightener, a green, a blue, and a new violet. So we're gonna go dig into those in the future. So if you want to see that, definitely subscribe and hit the bell notification on. But I ran out of my Schwarzkopf and I had literally so much of this stuff, and I'm like, I like it, so let's just start using it. So I ended up using it today, and I'm loving it. It gets great lift. It doesn't swell. I like to mix it 1 to 3. 1 part powder, 3 parts developer, because it does get a little thicker, like more whipped, and I like it a little bit more runny. So with her, we're basically going in and we're doing a tightly packed baby light. I've changed some things up lately. We all know the times are changing in the hair industry and the lived-in colors are becoming very big. And I got recently emailed by a follower asking how I feel about this and if I'm worried because I specialize in baby lights. I'm known for those really tight, natural, growing out of your head looks, and I'm not nervous at all. You know, times change, you got to work with the time. I'm always against chunky, thick highlights, and I still feel that way, but I have been doing it for people who want more of a lived-in dimensional look. I'm not opposed to it. When you pair it with a shadow or a smudge, it looks pretty beautiful, and the dimension looks great, but it's not my favorite. My baby lights are still my favorite. However, I have noticed that you don't always have to go in and pack them back to back around the entire head. You see, we're still doing a full foil. She has a lot of hair. We're doing a lot of foils, but you can see my size right here is a lot bigger of a size than I normally would take. So what I've learned to do lately is work smarter. So what I do is I still do hairline detailed work and really pack them in with minimal hair in between each foil. But now I like doing a little bit more dimension in between each foil in my subsection just because it still looks the same and I don't have to do as much work. You always want to have some kind of dimension in there because if you don't, it literally looks so solid. And I'll still pack them tight all around the entire head, really, really tight for my ones who want to be white blondes. But now I know for a normal blonde or someone wanting more dimension, I can leave a little bit more hair. This video, I really wanted to specialize and focus on the toning portion. So we are mixing up 3 concoctions. The first one's going to be her root shadow. We're doing 7N, 7NA, Goldwell Colorance, not equal parts. We're doing 10 grams of 7NA, 5 grams of 7N. Goldwell runs a little bit warmer, and she did have some warmth, so I did want to make sure we counteract it accordingly. So the second toner is going to be the all over global toner, and that is Goldwell Colorance 10N, 10V equal parts. Now, I did this not realizing I was going to have to do a third toner, which would end up being our mid toner. So what happened was I applied our root shadow like normal, 7N, 7NA. I combed it through, left the hairline out, and I started realizing there was some old dimension left in there that was still appearing to be warm and more golden. As you can see right here, as I'm combing it and working in her hair and putting the shadow on, I start realizing, okay, that's not going to fly with me. I'm a perfectionist. So I then applied the all over global toner, the 10N10V, all over the hair. I then went and put it all over the hairline, and then went and tapped the hairline with the 7N7NA afterwards. Then while everything was on, I went and mixed up 9N, 9NA, and I applied it onto that mid area where we have that extra warmth. And then I let everything comb through together and let everything sit for another 5 to 8 minutes. And that's what we did for toning. I'm glad I pulled out my camera here at the salon this day, pulled it out and started recording because something told me to do it, and I'm glad I did, because things like this don't happen all the time, but they do at the same time. So on social media, on Instagram, on YouTube, all of us hairdressers, all of us in general, always show our best work and all of the best of us at all times. We never see real. This is stuff that happens in the salon 90% of the time. Things that you don't expect, things that are not happening perfectly. So I wanted to show you guys so you know that even though I've been doing this for a while now, I'm really good at it, people love my work, doesn't mean I don't have hardships. After I already applied her root shadow, I then realized, okay, I cannot leave this in here. I can either leave it in and then not be happy with it and not be able to sleep tonight, or leave it in and not care, and then she's gonna notice it and might not come back. Or I could just go and add another toner, tell her, listen, this didn't pull the way I expected it to. She knew it was going to take 3 to 4 sessions to get it perfect, and it ended up working out beautifully, as you guys will see here in a minute. But now you can see I'm applying the 10N 10V everywhere. Already in my mind, I know I'm going to mix up that mid toner, and I've already said it to her. And I'm applying. I'm going to comb everything through together. Then I'm going to apply this all over toner on the money pieces as well, which I never do first, but I'm doing it here. And then I'm going to go back and tap, because I don't want the tap to be on too long, around the hairline. And then I'm going to comb everything together thoroughly and really work it in. Let that sit for 5 to 8 minutes while I go mix up the 9N, 9NA for the mids. And I'll make sure that when I apply that 9N, 9NA, it's literally for the last about 5 minutes of processing time. You know, guys, sometimes you gotta break the plan, break your habits of what you normally do. I felt so awkward because I never ever apply the global toner first and then go back in and root tap. But you can. I don't know why I made such a big deal of it in my mind, but as you can see now, I'm tapping the 7N, 7NA around the hairline. Reason I applied the global toner first is because I want that tap to be on as least as possible, and everything's going to be on the hair together at the same time. We're going to comb them all through once that mid toner is applied, and then I'll let everything sit for 5 to 7 more minutes. Best thing about this is that I did apply Olaplex number 2 on the mids and ends. A reason I do that is for when I'm doing things like this. She's very light, her hair is porous on the ends, so it's gonna suck up real quickly, but that allows me to actually apply it, get everything on, and actually let it process correctly. All right, guys, so right now what I'm doing real quick is I did 7N, 7NA on her root shadow from Goldwell, and then we put 10V, 10P, equal parts all over her global toner. So you can still see there's still some pieces of dimension, and this is like a perfect tone, but you can still see in that mid area that there's still that old level 9-ish as a low light. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just taking 9N, 9NA, Redken, and I'm just putting it in that mid area as a mid toner, but doing it afterwards as opposed to doing it like as a second step. I want to see if it would tone without it perfectly, but it would be great if I left it out and didn't do this, but I'm a perfectionist, and when people come to me to get their hair done, I want them to be able to understand why I charge what I charge for taking and going the extra mile. So we're gonna let her sit for like 5 minutes once I do all this, and then we'll rinse, condition, and we'll be done. We'll blow dry and you'll see the results. So I do have a lot on. So I have her root shadow on, the 7N, 7NA, the 10N, 10V global toner, now doing the 9N, 9NA in the mid area, and I do still have Olaplex number 2 on her mids and ends that I put on before we did any of this. So that slows it down a little bit. It creates a barrier, almost like diluting it with crystal clear. So if you don't want to buy that expensive bottle, just use a little bit of Olaplex number 2 or a conditioning mask. We're gonna let this all sit for about 5 more minutes, and then I'll show you guys. This came out beautiful. Taking the extra couple of minutes, extra little bit of work, it is always worth it. Never be lazy, do good hair. People will notice and recognize, and that's how you are able to charge your worth. OMG, you guys, look how beautiful. And this is in the bad salon lighting, and you can still see it's a lot more better. I dusted her ends. I have a video. I think I put it on a video a couple videos back, but I have a new dusting technique I love, and I'm going to do a dedicated video on it. Let me know if you guys want to see more cutting videos. So this is the final result. Let me know down below what you think. Did you enjoy this video? Let me know video ideas you want to see down yonder in the comment section as well. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. As always, guys, so long for now. Mwah, 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 mwah.